Hey guys, welcome back to Karting with Chris. Today's video is going to be the Dallas Karting Complex Rental League Race Pre-Final. Now in this video, if you haven't already seen the thumbnail, I am doing a last to first challenge. So if you don't know what a last to first challenge is, basically in the pre-final, which is this video right here, I'm going to start dead last, work my way through the pack. Wherever I finish in the pre-final, that's where I'll start in the final, and hopefully by the end of the final, we'll be in first place. If I don't get first place, I'd still be happy with a top 5 finish. Now, I didn't qualify in dead last. I'm not using this challenge as an excuse to why I was sucking in qualifying. In qualifying, I think I've qualified somewhere around 10th. I really wasn't too worried about qualifying because I knew I was just going to start last anyways. But qualifying for me was just making sure I wasn't in last chance qualifying. Now going into this race, my goal was to get somewhere within the top 10 because the lap counter says 16 because they actually gave us 16 laps, but we were supposed to have 12. So going into this race, I thought we were going to do 12 laps. So if I pass one person every lap, that's about 8th place. So that's going to be my goal. So kart number 26, the person in orange here, is supposed to be in front of me, but I don't know why he isn't. And if I moved up all the way, I wouldn't technically be starting in dead last, and that would be cheating. So I'm not going to cheat. We're going to start a little further behind. And the good thing about starting further behind is we can get kind of a slingshot effect. So flagman's waving green. I want to make sure by the time we cross the finish line, I'm in 20th. We cross the finish line. Now we can start looking for moves. We see a sea of brake lights up ahead. We're trying to figure out what's going to happen. Is there going to be an incident at the beginning? First corner, everyone's fine. Going through this quick right-left, we see someone spins out to our left. There is a collision there. We pass both of them. We're now into 18th. Two people on the left have poor momentum. We're able to go around them up into 16th now. Looking for the inside of kart number 9 here. Doesn't quite work out. We're going to have to slot in behind them. So we've got kart number 9 up ahead, and we're going to have to time our momentum perfectly here. So we're going to swing a little bit to the right and then to the left, making sure we don't bump into the back of him. And we're able to pull along beside him and get the job done. We're up into 15th now. We're only on lap 2, so this is good progress here. Going into this race, I knew I was going to have to be very aggressive. If there's a move possible, definitely have to go for it. Can't be just stuck behind someone. So we've got kart number 28 here. He's got poor momentum going into this right-hander up here. We're going to send it on the inside, get the move done. We're up into 14th now, and we just got to keep our head down and keep the forward progress going. So as you can see up ahead, there is a slight gap to the kart in front. And that's really not what you want in this race. You want everyone to be jumbled up so it's easier to catch up and easier to pass. But there are plenty of people still battling, so we are going to catch up to them. I will say my kart did feel particularly quick down the straight. Wasn't by any means the fastest kart. I definitely know which kart was the fastest kart. It wasn't this one. But this one definitely wasn't one of the bad ones. So I got pretty lucky that I picked a decent kart. Coming out of this left-hander up here, we see kart number 11 did not get a very good exit. I believe that was Jamal. He was here today. So we're going to push number 26 down the straight here. And he taps his helmet. He wants me to work with him. I'm trying to go from last to first, so not going to really work with him. Time my momentum correctly once again. Send it up the inside. He gets the over-under on me. I didn't quite see that coming. And now he is going to try and hold it around the outside through this quick right-left, and he does it quite well. I'm able to keep my nose in it, and now I've got the inside for this right-hander. This right-hander is too long of a corner to hold it around the outside. We finally get the position. We're behind kart number 5 here. We're going to try and get within that slipstream. Again, time the momentum correctly here. Get along in that slipstream, pull out to the left, pull beside them, and then we're going to try and outbrake them into turn 1 here. Going to try and prevent that over-under move. Works out, and we're up until 11th place. We've got kart number 25 and 17 going side by side through this quick right-left-hander here, and 25 gets poor momentum on the exit. We're going to lick the stamp, send it up the inside, priority mail, first-class service, and now we're up into the top 10. We've got kart number 17 next on the mailing list, and Hopefully we can send it up the inside through turn 1. Going down the front straight here, we're going to get in that slipstream, pull along beside him. We've got better momentum, get up into 9th place, brake nice and hard, make sure they can't get that over-under, hug the inside, and now we're going to try and hunt down some more people. So the further we go into this race, the faster people are going to be, and the harder it's going to be to pass people, hence the nature of racing. But this is something I knew going into this race, and something I'm just going to have to cope with. So the best place to pass someone is going to be turn 1, purely because there's such a long straight and it's such a heavy braking zone that is just really the best place to pass someone. So we've got Kart 4 up here. We're going to try and pass him going into turn 1 here. He looks behind him. He knows I'm there. He gives me a little thumbs up here. That's basically telling me he's not going to fight me going through turn 1. He didn't have to do that, but that was very nice of him. And now we're up into 8th place. So we've got kart number 22 and 2 battling it out up ahead. And this causes kart number 2 to go out wide, dips a wheel, loses momentum. Really nowhere I could have went there, so I had to back off. We're going to attempt to do an over-under move on kart number 22 here. Works out beautifully. I actually really enjoyed doing that move there. We're up into 7th place now, and kart number 2 is my friend Nico, so I know if I go for any moves, he's going to give me room, and because he's a really good driver. So we're right behind him. We're going to do a really late move going into turn 1 here, and he leaves me plenty of room. He didn't have to. He could have turned in on me, and it would have been perfectly legal, but that allows us to go up into 6th place. So looking further ahead, we can see there are larger gaps to the karts in front, and this is what I was talking about earlier. People are going to be much faster the further up you go, and so it's going to be a lot harder to catch up to people. So the kart directly in front of me is one of my friends. His name is Javen. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. Shows you what friend I am, but I know he's a good driver. I've raced with him a couple times. So I know if I go for any moves, he will give me the room. He's not one of those people who will wreck you into the wall. So hopefully we can get around him and continue this forward progress. We can see he's very fast through the corners. We're not really gaining too much through the corners, so I think down the straight and into turn 1 is going to be our main priority. So we're coming out of the last couple of corners here. These corners are easily flat out, so we don't have to worry about that. We're going to try and get within his slipstream. I think he knows I'm there. I think he looked behind. So we're going to get in that slipstream here, pull along beside him, and then we're going to brake nice and late, nice and hard, get the move done. We're up into 5th place now, and we're on lap 10. So up ahead we can see 3rd and 4th. I don't know if they're battling or not, but they're pretty far up ahead, so they're going to take a while to catch up to. Something I didn't know during this race was I was the fastest guy on track. I think I set the fastest lap of the race. Obviously I didn't know that, but I did know I had some pace and I could catch up to them. How fast I would catch up to them, I didn't know, but I was definitely putting my head down and trying to set consistent lap times. So if you're wondering why I'm doing this last to first challenge instead of going for some championship or not, for 2 reasons mainly. The first main reason is I'm not within a shot of a championship. I've missed way too many races, so the points don't really matter to me. I'm only here to have fun. And then second of all, my last couple of races, I don't know if you've seen those, they've been kind of boring for me, so I thought this would be a little bit more interesting. And this was a whole lot of fun, so I wouldn't recommend it for everyone, because if everyone tried to do a last to first challenge, well, that's kind of impossible, because you can't have everyone in last. But I did have a lot of fun doing this. I was also trying to see who is better, me or Lewis Hamilton, because I don't know if you remember, but back in Brazil, he basically did a last to first challenge. He got disqualified in qualifying, started 20th out of 20, as I have, and then in the sprint qualifying, he ended up in 5th. I'm in 5th right now, trying to track down 4th. And then by the end of the Grand Prix, Hamilton finished 1st. Now, I haven't done the final yet, or at least I haven't posted the final yet. But that's what I'm going to try and do, try and beat Hamilton. At the moment, we're tied with Hamilton because he finished 5th. But we are catching up to 4th place, and hopefully we can pass him. Now, unlike Lewis Hamilton, I do not have a brand new Mercedes engine. I'm stuck with this kart. So I'm going to have to make do with what I've got. Also, Hamilton had way more laps than me. I have 16. He had 24 in sprint qualifying. But Hamilton was also passing other Formula One drivers. I am not passing other Formula One drivers, so, you know, in my opinion, the stakes are even. So if I pass number 19 here in 4th place, I'm technically better than Hamilton. I'm better than a 7-time world champion. So that's going to be my goal for this race. So we've got number 19 in our sights up ahead. We clearly have better top end than him, so this is going to be a fairly easy move to do. We're going to brake nice and late, hug the inside of the corner to block off any over-under moves. We're up into 4th place now. We have now beaten what Lewis Hamilton was able to do in Brazil, and not to mention we've done it in 14 laps. So, you know, I'm clearly better than Hamilton. I'm just waiting for my contract. We're up into 4 out of 20.
Oh, yeah!
So smoke them if you got them. And now we're going to try and hunt down the top 3. So while we are chasing down the top 3, I'm going to walk you through what I think a fast lap around DKC looks like. So going into turn 1, you're going to want to brake nice and late, nice and hard, and then hug the apex right here. You don't want to get on the apex because it can unsettle the kart. And then going through this right-left-hander up here, you can take a lot more speed than you think. Get on that second apex because it's nice and flat. It won't ruin your momentum. Going into this right-hander up here, you want to let the kart rotate and then get on the gas. I've noticed some people would get on the gas way too early. It would just ruin their lap times. The rest of this is easily flat out. You know, it's not that hard. And the short track really isn't that hard. And it's not that long either, so it's kind of easy to learn. My lap times were mid to high 38s. And in qualifying, I was low 39s. The karts are really inconsistent, so your lap times may vary. And I'm in the lights class, so your lap times may vary if it's a weight thing as well. So I haven't said it yet, but we are on the last lap here, and the top 3 are not close enough for me to make any moves. They weren't fighting as much as I thought either, so we're going to end up in 4th place for this race. Much better than I thought I would. I thought it'd be somewhere in like 7th or 8th. But again, this race was a lot longer than projected because it was 16 laps instead of 12. But I really did enjoy this race. Went from 20th, got up into 4th. And I bet you if we had more laps, I could have gained more positions, but that's the best I could have done. So for the final, we're going to be starting on the 2nd row in 4th place, and I'm not going to be posting that final till later on, so make sure you're watching out for that video. But hopefully we can take this momentum and push it into a podium position. So we're heading into the pits here. The reason I haven't signed off yet is because I want to show you something pretty nifty. During this race, I was wearing some Christmas socks as I give myself a little round of applause here. Again, I did much better than I thought I would, so I was quite happy with that result. But we're coming into the pits here, and you're going to see my lovely Christmas socks. It is December, so I am a very festive person. Take the seatbelt off, and then bam, look at those Christmas socks. Beautiful. But that's all I'm going to have for today. If you liked the video, please subscribe. And if you have any questions, suggestions, or opinions, please comment below. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good day.